Hello. Yes. Whoo! Oh my gosh. Hello, you guys. Hello, my lovely human beings. Let's see if this works. It is hot today. I'm dying, but I am here with all of you. I am excited. Oh, are you not gonna work for me? You know what? I'm going to figure that out and it'll be fine. It will be perfectly fine. I haven't streamed in so long, and I was an idiot because I was just like, you know what, I'm going to come home, I'll take a nap, and then I'll hop on stream, it'll be fine. I should not have taken a nap. It was stupid of me. Should not have done it. Um, but yeah, hello everyone. I see all of you. Um, It's almost 9 here, so might duck out early, but here for now, thank you so much. I appreciate every single person coming in. I know it's been a long time. I'm going to let you guys kind of know where I've been out. It has been, how have you been? Oh, uh, always nap. I've been a lot better than I was before, so I'm very happy about that. I have a really great new job. So I'm hoping it's great for now. You always know how like the first like little bit you have to like suss it out. That's what I've been doing for the last 3 weeks. I'm sorry, it's so hot. Um, so that's what I've been doing for the last, there we go, 3 weeks. I've been working, I officially am a social media coordinator for a company in my area and I'm really happy about it. I'm really psyched about it and aw, thank you. I hope it works out too. According to one of the women at my job, you either are there for like 2 months or you're there for 10 years. So like let's see how it goes. Um so that's good to hear. Hope things are going well. I hope things are going well for all of you guys. Um thank you. But because of this new job, I am only working like 8 to 2 every day from like Monday through Thursday, and then I work the job that I had previously on the weekends because your bitch needs money. Um, so yeah, I'm hoping within the next 2 to 3 months to maybe go full time. 10-year vibes. I know. I know. The man that I work for is very specific. He's a very nice man, but he just has a very particular way of working. So, um, hopefully everything will be good because I really like it and I'm having a really good time working there. Um, so yeah, everything is going a whole lot better than it was at the beginning of this month. So just figuring out all of that and I've still been, so this is the first week that like I had that schedule. Um, the whole rest of August before I was working 5 days at my previous job and then also working there on top of it for about 4 days a week. So I've been very tired. But now that I have afternoons Monday through Friday off, it's gonna be good. My plan, I literally spent all of yesterday being like, I need to get back into YouTube. I need to get back into creating content because I'm literally like, that's what I'm doing for him. And I'm like, if I am doing that for someone else, why am I not doing it for myself? You know what I mean? Um, so yeah, enjoying it makes a huge difference. Just doing a thing you dislike for money sucks. Yeah. Um, the only thing about it that kind of like is iffy is that even though he knows about my YouTube channel, like I don't think he's actually watched it. And so I haven't come out at work, so I get misgendered all the time and like I need to go shopping for more like neutral officey type clothes. So also thank you. My roommate did them. I normally go for like blacks, but this is like a weird purple. Sometimes in like the light it can be gold for some reason. I don't know. Happy to hear you're doing well. Thank you. Um, I don't know if I'll actually be able to get my reacting up and running right now. Like I said, I was literally taking a nap. Um, but not the misgendering. Yeah, it's so at the job that I've had for the last year and a half, most people are pretty okay. Like the people my age, like try, and like the older people are still like, but like everyone knows I'm non-binary there. Everyone like kind of gets it. You know what I mean? And like I'm not the only queer and trans or non-binary person at that job. So like it's easier kind of when there's a whole bunch of you. I'm sorry to hear that you're getting misgendered. I know. So like for the past year and a half, I've gotten pretty used to being called they, them, and Lynn, and like, being respected as a human being. Mm. So when sorry, I need my water. Um, so when I went here and hear the wrong pronouns being referred to me, it sucks. It really does suck. And like honestly, I I do have dysphoria still, like like I still get dysphoric, but because I've been around people that respect me for the most part for the past year or so, it's been a whole lot better. Like it genuinely is just so much better to have people that like at the very least try, you know what I mean? Um and so going into an environment where I really don't feel comfortable, um it just kind of it definitely has brought back dysphoric feelings. I don't know what it's like there, but at like every job I work at, I usually drop that I'm a lesbian and don't do a big coming out. It's good to stay hydrated. Saying that hardly anyone in IRL knows I'm aromantic. Yeah. I, I mean, they know that I'm some sort of queer. Like in my interview, when I was interviewing, he looked up my YouTube channel and he was like, "Oh, what's this about?" And I was like, "Oh, I do LGBTQ plus content because I'm part of that community." And he was like, "Oh, okay." So like, he knows I'm part of the community, but like not exactly what part. And like, I really don't know if I want. I don't know. Like, he's an older guy and I don't know the political leanings of a lot of the people in my office, and I'm literally the youngest one there, so. Haha! Oh, we're always here to help give gender euphoria. Ah! You guys are so sweet. I literally can't. Um, I really want to try to see if I can figure out how to do reactions while live. Plot twist. He's watching the stream right now. Honestly, if he like, I wouldn't care. Like, he knows about my YouTube channel. If he wants to watch, he can. I'm not saying anything, like, bad or anything. I've literally just been saying how much I like the job. Mm. How are all of you? Please tell me something good that has happened in your past week. I need the good vibes. I need the positivity in my chat while I try to figure out how to watch this on on here. Let me see if display. Oh, nope. Display capture. Here we go. We are the LGBTQ plus support cast. Yes, you guys. I mean, I know IRL most people would invalidate aromantic as you just need to find the right girl. Yeah, I hate that. That's dumb. Don't listen to those people. My partner fell asleep for the first time while we were cuddling. That's so cute. I love it. Um, YouTube capture question mark. Whoa. Bless up. Hold on 1 second. Okay. Wait, where did I go? Can I? Oh, me. Hello. Hello. I did it, you guys. Boo, 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 ba, boo, 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 boo. I changed my name and got a new framed poster for my room. Oh my gosh, yes! Yes, we love a name change. I am so happy for you. That's wonderful. I love that. I got to see a friend I legit haven't seen in 6 years. Holy hell. That's amazing. Even though this summer was rough for me, came out to my mom fully and she was really sweet. Congratulations. Um, I got my gender fluid flag last week, and of course, this stream is the highlight of my week. Oh my gosh, you guys are so beautiful. Found free pride stickers. Oh my gosh. Okay, guys, on it. Sorry, my chat is down here. I need to freaking get it up here so that it's not like I'm looking down at my phone the whole time. But that's where you guys are. I'm sorry. Um, that's amazing. Hello. Yay for coming out. I love it. Okay, you guys. Whew. Because I have figured this out and all of that fun stuff, I am going to now be reacting to 5 non-binary people explain what non-binary means to them. Let's go. Um, this is honestly probably what a lot of my streams are going to be from now on, especially because the game that I normally would be playing, Overwatch, Blizzard is terrible now. So I'm gonna be doing a lot more like reactions, live, and that kind of stuff. So I hope you guys like it. And I will possibly be turning these videos into videos. Like these lives into videos, but I haven't figured that out yet. Um, but yeah, I'm excited. Your water is almost empty. Make sure you get refills. I found a shirt with a pile of cats on. Oh, sorry. Sorry, my dyslexia is acting up. In aromantic flag colors, and I love kittens. It's so random but happy. I love it. Also been indulging into new shows this summer, so that's been fun. Pieces of Gay. Oh, again, my dyslexia. Holy hell. Love new gay shows. I'm pretty sure my favorite one I need to watch. It just came out with a new season. It's May Martin. And I don't remember the name of the show, but it's so good and it's British and it's amazing. Um, but yeah, let's get into reacting to this.
Experiences that people have that cause them to question, like, hey, maybe I don't actually fit into the definition of, man or woman, and that there's something else.
Yeah, I think it's really interesting when people, especially like that, are like non-binary doesn't make sense, blah blah blah. There's no like set definition or whatever. Um, this is the definition. You know what I mean? Like, it's literally such a big umbrella term, and I get that it's a really big umbrella term, but it's because not everyone's experience with gender is the same. But it literally is just you don't identify as either entirely male or female or at all. Um, I don't get why people get so hung up on that. Any chance of turning the volume up? Oh, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Let me do that real quick. And let me make sure in the program. Are you working, my guy?
Hi, I'm Danny and I identify as
Is that
non-binary.
better?
I'm Lindsay and I identify as non binary.
My name's Fang. I identify as non-gendered person.
Look at
I'm
that.
Francois.
I love.
identify as genderqueer.
My name is James, and I identify as non-binary.
Non-binary is someone whose gender doesn't fall within the context of the binary that we set up in
They're
society.
all so
I am
beautiful.
not male. I'm not female. I'm somewhere floating around in there.
Non binary means acknowledging a wider range of experience.
I love that explanation. I love that one.
It means that I'm not identified with any specific gender, like male, female, or other things.
Is part of a larger kind of goal of questioning these assumptions about gender and questioning why.
Okay, they're so
two.
cute.
It gives me the freedom to
Still really quiet. Might just be me. Hold on one second. Let me turn this thing up. Let's go. Sorry you guys have to like see me messing with this.
express myself. If I wake up one day and I want to spike my hair and do punk rock makeup, I can do it.
Every couple of decades, some designer decides
I
that
like
men's
that.
shorts are, suddenly 5 inches shorter or 5 inches longer. In the 70s, if you look at what men were wearing, they were like Rockettes, like shorts were up to here, and now it's like get it, down to the knee. Non-binary.
I
is
know
freedom
they
from
are
that whole
super
game.
sweet.
It's like I don't care what the men's department at Marshalls suddenly
Yeah.
has decided that like men need to wear. I'm gonna go for what makes me feel more authentic.
Honestly, and I feel like that's like what I wish I knew when I was younger. Like, I really wish that I knew what non binary was when I was younger and that the term was around when I was younger and I had access to learning about it because I was so uncomfortable being gendered and having to be put into those boxes of un- being a female and being a woman and what that meant and what society expected from me for being assigned female at birth. And yeah, these people are so freaking cute. Just dropped in. I already love this. These people are wonderful. I know. They're so cute. Also, their hair. So I'm cutting and dyeing my hair on Sunday. Can I get their hair? Like I just want their hair.
I
Anyway.
tend to say gender is dependent on context and point of view.
To me, it just makes me comfortable that
Yeah,
I can just be
there
this
we go.
body that I have.
Yes! That's it! That's all it is! That's for me that's a perfect like explanation of it. Um because it took me so long to connect with my body. Um because of how uncomfortable I was with being gendered because of the body that I'm in. Like now that I have accepted the fact that I am non-binary and I know I'm non-binary, a lot of the aspects of my body that I used to hate still will sometimes make me uncomfortable, but for most of my experience after like years of not being out, I'm now like this is just my body. I am not my body. This is just the form I have to walk through this world. I have an unrelated question. I know I'm gender fluid, but is it possible to not have any dysphoria? Yes. Yeah. I I'm pretty sure my roommate Jax is also gender fluid and I don't think they have dysphoria at all. I'm not sure. But I know that my sibling, yeah, not having dysphoria is completely fine. And the fact that people debate it is bullshit to me. Because again, you don't know another person's experience. You can never tell another person whether or not they're trans based on anything. If a person tells you that they're trans, non-binary, gender fluid, demi, gender, whatever, just believe them. You don't have to have dysphoria in order to be trans. It's not a requirement. It's just what makes you feel comfortable.
I identified as a cis gay male. Cisgender is when your gender identity aligns with the gender that you were assigned at birth based on your anatomy. I saw myself as a cis man and just thought, well, I paint my nails and I wear lipstick, but I'm a cis man. And I knew what genderqueer was and non-binary. I knew of them, and I was like, I support it, I love it, but it's over there. That's not me.
I identified as
That was me to like trans people back in like 20 uh 2016 or 7. It was like 2016 when I was starting to like really look into it, and I was like, aha, like I never, it took me a long time to use the word trans to describe my experience, because I first came out as gender fluid, and then in about 2018 or 19, non-binary just felt more comfortable and like more, um for at the time, for it's what I'm more comfortable um referring to my gender as nowadays. um but it took me a long time to use the word trans in my name, like in my, not my name, but in my like saying I'm a trans non-binary person. Um, where was I going with this? But like I would watch a whole bunch of like trans non-binary people, and I'd be like, haha, I'm non-binary. I just don't use the word trans. But yeah, technically, every non-binary person or every gender that falls under non binary is technically also under the trans umbrella, because all you have to do to be trans is not identify with the gender that you were assigned at birth. So, yeah, don't ever let anyone tell you you're not trans as well. Um, don't question what people say. If they gain more understanding and take a different label, fine, but it's their choice, not anyone else's.
male before. I didn't really ever feel comfortable fitting into the masculine or male
I love them.
environments or just seeing myself as a man.
I've always had questions as a child. I always like would put on my mother's makeup and her lipstick.
I identified quite a while before I came out to people.
I started
Yeah.
identifying as non.
Yeah, that is very much a thing. I knew, so I started identifying. Well, I don't like saying identifying because it implies that you have like a choice in the matter. I started using gender fluid as a way to describe my gender when I was 19. Yeah, 19. 19 or 20? I was 20. Yeah. Um, 19 or 20. Whatever. I'm old. That's all you need to know. uh, oh, guys. Ugh. My half birthday is coming up, and I'm like, wow, it's really been 6 months, and I'm gonna be 25 in 6 months. Anyway, um, but I using the word. Where am I going? I don't know. All I have to say is they're cute. I love these people. All of these
Non-binary
people
when
are
I was
beautiful.
17. I just knew that calling myself a woman and calling myself a girl did not feel accurate and did not feel good
Yes.
and did not feel like a home to me at
Yeah.
that time in my life anymore.
Most people are still very confused about
Yeah.
trans identity, non-binary, gender fluid.
Even though it's 20.
Okay, speaking of dressing up, the first time I actually felt comfortable wearing something in public was in my school prom night. Gender euphoria, finally. I love that. I love that. The real key is to unlocking my gender was realizing that I didn't need dysphoria to be valid and then finding pieces of gender euphoria that really helped. I also think another thing that really helped me was the fact that like because I do experience dysphoria, um but it's not there all the time. And all of like the binary trans people that I used to watch would just talk about like constant dysphoria they would have, and I'd be like, I do have dysphoria, it's just not there all the time. So I felt like I was faking it whenever I was experiencing it. And like it's such a powerful thing to realize that you don't need other people's approval. You don't have to experience the same thing other people are experiencing. If you and yourself know that you are trans, if you're non binary, if you're gender fluid, if you fall under any sort of gender queer, it's your own experience and you don't have to explain yourself to anyone. Like, it took me a really long time to be comfortable with that. The fact that, like, I don't feel dysphoria constantly. Um, but yeah, finding ways to be gender euphoric has always been way, way, way more helpful than focusing on the negative things. I have a friend who doesn't speak English as her first language, and her language is one of those you have to gender everything, and she says it can be really hard, but she just invents non binary words when needed. Hell yeah! That's amazing. Also, yeah, I really do feel bad for people whose language are like inherently gendered.
19, it's not something that everybody runs and be like, oh, you're genderqueer, yay, hugs and kisses, we love
Yeah,
you
it's
stuff.
not something
The hardest thing about coming
that
out at
happens.
17 is no one believes you.
Yes!
Everyone's like, wow, that's a really cute phase you're having.
Even when I'm saying what I identify with, people still have a specific imagination of what that means.
Yep.
Most people are going to assume that you're one of two genders, a man or a woman, and so every single day you have to be correcting them and you have to be
It's so
declaring that you're non-binary to pretty much every new person that you meet.
Yep.
People often misgender me. Like the second I leave New York, I get called ma'am, like to my face.
A lot of times people get pronouns right twice, and then I find it's often the third time that people start slipping.
Yeah.
A lot of people think that we're transitioning for some reason.
Some people say, oh, so are you going through transition right now? And some people ask me, so do you still have a vagina?
Simplest way to ask
Also, you never ask any trans or non binary person if they're planning on transition. If they open up to you about that, that's fine. If it's like, if it's willingly given the information, but like, you really shouldn't be asking people about that kind of stuff. I'm gonna consider that since my main language is quite gendered.
ask about gender if you don't know someone is
Hey friend, what are your pronouns?
Yes!
That's it.
That's
A
all
lot of
you
us
gotta
are very
do.
different. Some people are like, don't misgender me, and it's a big thing. And I understand that, really, I do.
Personally, I'm always very open and happy to talk to people about it.
Yeah. I think that's one of the biggest things too, cause like even at my, not the new job, but my older job that I've been at for a long time, like there are enough of us there that are trans and non-binary who even within us we have differing levels of like comfortability. You know what I mean? Like there's one person that I work with, and she, like, if you misgender her, she gets really really upset, which I completely understand. For me, honestly, it kind of depends on the day whether or not I get super upset with it. Um but like, and then my roommate Jax also works there and they're gender fluid. They don't care what pronouns you use for them, as long as you like switch it up. Um, so yeah, it just honestly it does depend on the person. Um, but if someone told you their pronouns, just try really hard. Just try.
I remember a few times I went on job interviews and I dressed like how I am. And I did very, very well in the first interview. And they're like, oh, you did so well. Just when you come next time, can you dress like a boy? It's especially challenging in dating.
No one really knows how to deal with you and whether they're allowed to be attracted to you, really.
That's so
Some people, they
true.
just
Yeah. Like I said, for like the office environment that I'm at now, like I remember like 3 days in, I was like, I have to go shopping because like I had not been in that feminine of clothing in so long, and like I was just going like this the whole time, like the whole day. I was like, I need to get out of these clothes. I am so uncomfortable. This last year all my uni was on Zoom, and all the students in my department just put our pronouns in our names. Yeah, through Zoom, and it was strange taking other classes and people didn't have that. Aw. Yeah, honestly, I feel like schools need to be a whole lot better about that, like names and pronouns, and like especially if it is online. Like that's perfectly fine. Speaking of languages, I'm bilingual in English. My pronouns change and use they them as who ha I can't read that. Um but my other language I couldn't care less about what pronouns people
Say
use.
they want to date men.
The worst is whenever someone's like, well, yeah, but you have a penis, right?
Oh my
People
gosh!
will be
Literally! It doesn't matter! You don't ask people that stuff! Holy hell!
very fixated with anatomical gender.
Yeah.
You can't be seen as heterosexual, you can't be seen as homosexual. And so when
Yeah.
you try to date a girl, it's like you're too feminine and you're not masculine enough. And you try to date a guy who's gay and he's like, you're not masculine enough, or
Yeah.
you're too feminine, or
It's
something.
so
always
hard.
something.
People out here trying to
I
fit
think people's knowledge
non-binary
of this
people in
is
boxes.
definitely getting a lot better with time.
We're becoming more relatable. People are seeing us for who we are. And so I think that brings about this general air of acceptance.
I think the
Yes.
future
And I definitely think, how is that appropriate? It's not appropriate. It's literally not appropriate. Um, don't ask people about what they got in their pants. Like, that's never okay. Don't do it. Um, yeah. I just it's one of those things that like people fixate on trans people whether you're binary or not. Like they fixate on that part of your body for whatever reason because they think it's their right to know like what you've got going on. People should stop asking what's in your pants. That's just disgusting. Like it's literally so gross. Like why does it matter to you? Unless I'm having like unless certain things and activities are about to happen, it should not concern the random public what is going on in a non-binary person's pants. It's gross. Um, and it's always been really weird to me why people care that much about other people's stuff. And I think it does go back to what they were saying before about how they like people are like, "Okay, you're non-binary, but what are you really?" You know what I mean? Like trying to equivalate sex and gender when sex isn't even a binary thing anyway. But people forget that too. They don't want to talk about it. Whatever.
of gender identity, hopefully, is one where we don't force the binary on everybody.
I
Yep.
think the future of gender identity is so much more like colorful and
They're
wide
so
and
sweet.
different and
Ah!
like
love
varied
them.
as we think it even can be.
Yeah.
hope-
Like you don't ask that for binary, so why suddenly ask for NB? Honestly, why are some people so obsessed with genitalia? It's just gross. Yeah, no, I really don't understand. It's so dumb. Also, they're all so sweet and like positive about like the future of like gender expression and gender acceptance and like it depends on the day whether or not I get like in my feels and like, you know what, people are sweet, whatever. Um, and then there are other days where I'm like, wow, people just suck. The amount, eh, I mean, it has happened, but like, whenever people, like customers at my job that have gotten confused about my gender, like, they get mad at me. And I'm like, what am I doing? Like, why are you mad at me for existing and that you can't figure out what I am? It's whatever.
Hope that the
They're a
future
whole lot
will
more
move
hopeful than I
towards
am.
more of individual expression rather than
There we
this
go.
mob mentality to
Yeah.
follow the crowd to be like everybody else.
I definitely wish that we can all just pass through this phase of trying to categorize people,
Yeah.
and just take them as what they are.
I mean, that was the whole, like, that was my whole thing before I had the language to describe it. Um, Whenever anyone would just ask me about myself, I would just say I'm Lynn. Like, that's it. Like, that's literally, that's it. Like, I'm just me. I and it's because I didn't have the language of non-binary to be like, yeah, I'm non-binary. I would just say I'm just Lynn. Like that's I'm myself. Like I just want people to see me as me. You know what I mean? Okay, off topic, but I want to know where these people shop. They're amazing. Right? Okay. I'm not gonna lie, you guys. I need to go shopping. I need new clothes. I literally dress like a teenage boy. The amount of fucking sorry, the amount of band T-shirts that I have is ridiculous. Um, they're mad at themselves and take it out on you. It sucks. Yeah, it does. Right? They dress amazingly. I just love their blue beanies so much. I know they look so good. These people have an amazing sense of style. Also, when people assume things about every trans people based on one, if you know one trans people, you know exactly one trans person. Can I please, like, can I tweet that out?
Being able to
Like, that's that's beautiful. That's literally like quotable. I would put that in like a book or a movie or something.
reclaim our narratives. I think that's the next step is that trans voices are the ones speaking for trans people and non-binary
Yes.
voices become the ones speaking for non-binary people.
Oof. Oof. Let me see. Oof. Well, sure. Oh, what should I watch? Ooh. You know what? Here we go.
My job is to make college easier because
Shush.
students have a lot on their
Okay. So, before I get into this one, if we want to discuss anything that was said in that video before we go on to the next one, um this one will probably be my last one, but I love Ash Hardell. And honestly, Ash is my inspiration. If I could be half the YouTuber, half the person that Ash Hardell is, I would be completely happy. Um, so I'm gonna be watching Non-Binary Comes in Every Age, and when they put this video out, I feel like it was super important because right now, or like in general, ooh, excuse me. In general, ooh, 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 that frisbee though. Non-binary representation is very assigned female at birth, white, skinny. I know what I am. Um, I know that I am what people think of when they think of a non-binary person. It's like a mask, signed female at birth, white, skinnier side person. Um, so, and like roughly in my age range as well, like, especially when I was a little bit younger, people are like, oh, it's a phase you go through in like your early 20s or whatever. And it's like, no, shush. We stand Lynn, you're amazing. Stop. You guys, you're too good to me. Literally way too good. But I love seeing older non-binary people. Honestly, it gives me hope that like this is it kind of just validates the fact that like it's not a phase. Like I know it's not a phase. I know who I am and I've accepted that, and it's just so nice to see older non-binary people and be like, "Hey, look, other people who only think this is like a teenage trend or whatever. They're older non-binary people." um, Lynn Flank Club, Rain Whispers from the Owl House is an amazing non-binary person in children's media, not too related but mentionable. My roommates are watching the Owl House right now. Have seen a little bit of it, but I'd like to start it from the beginning because I know the gay is strong in that show. If it helps, I'm 36. That does help. I love it. So, without further ado, let me do this. Let's watch. Plus, like, it's good to hear from, like, your older community. You know what I mean? Like, I want to hear from older LGBTQ plus members in general.
No good at writing
I'm 34.
songs.
Oh. I'm just gonna turn this down for myself a little
These
bit.
chords are overplayed.
But like, look at Ash's setup. Like, if I could make videos like this is insane. I just love how they make their videos. Oh! Hello, I love you. Hi.
Hey everyone. So, welcome
Like,
to the
literally
video
look
where
at
I
them.
just
They're
kind
so
of hand
cute.
my
I'm sorry. I'm
platform
gonna be
over for a
gushing
second.
about
You will
them
only
the
see
whole
me
time.
At the beginning and the end. My editing
I love
efforts are
them.
pervasive throughout, however, leveling all the audio, color correcting, and turning an hour and a half of interview footage into a concise, hopefully engaging 15 minutes was a challenge.
Honestly, I've been thinking about doing like the same kind of thing. Like about interviewing other non-binary people. Yeah. I love Ash. Okay,
Sorry
goodbye.
if you came for me, but I think it's cool to model putting your own voice aside in order to raise the voices of
Yes!
others. Thus, I give you
Yes!
7 non-binary humans between the ages of 30 and 70. Why? There's a stigma
I
out
love
there
them.
which suggests that all NB folks are young, in their tweens or early 20s. I'd like to challenge this idea. Non-binary people, in fact, come in all ages. They've been around forever. Some of the diversity in the following
true.
group includes having AMAB as well as AFAB people, individual
That's also another thing. We don't talk enough about AMAB people. Bruh. They get so little attention. So little. And it's not okay. Okay, we're good.
from around the world, those who have physically transitioned, those who haven't, who are intersex, disabled, people of color, influencers, non-influencers, students, professionals, parents, and more. Full
They
bios
found
in the
such
description below, 'cause
good
just like any other
group.
category, those who make up the non-binary community are rich and varied. Also, I'm a geek out for a second. Kate Bornstein's in this. How did that happen? I don't know. I'm not worthy. Anyway, enough from me. Please
Look
enjoy
at
our
them.
lovely guests. Be nice
I
to them,
love
or I'll
them.
find you. Just kidding. But
Not
be nice
really.
to them.
I love them so much. How'd they get their hair to look so good? Their hair looks so fluffy. It just looks so good. Like I said, I'm getting my hair cut on Sunday and dyeing it. And like I've been meaning to kind of keep it like around this length, but like looking at their hair right now, I'm just like maybe I want to cut it short again. I don't know. See, that's the struggle. Like I've been wanting to grow out my hair, but like, bruh. Ooh! I love this video. I love Ash.
Hello, my name is Jess. Hi, my name is Vesper.
Hello, my name is Pigeon.
My name is Jeffrey Marsh.
I
Sarah
love
Hoffman
all
Fox.
of these
Skateboard
people.
My name is Renee
All
Yatsen.
of
I am an
them.
American currently working and living abroad in Japan. I've been an English teacher in Japan for 8 years.
I'm from Montreal, Quebec, in Canada, but currently I'm in Limerick,
They're the perfect
Ireland,
example of what
getting
I
my
wish to
master's in
look like.
songwriting.
I live
But hey,
in
it's
Colorado
okay.
Springs, Colorado.
Same,
I
honestly.
work as a
Like
gender
literally,
therapist.
I'm an actor, author.
like literally,
I call
Ash is
myself
what I want to
an
look
artist
like.
in service to activism.
With me, it's
My
like I want to
hobbies
be
include
long and
photography,
short at the
journaling,
same time, and
blogging,
it's hard,
YouTube,
right?
Food, and cats. Nice to meet you.
I am genderqueer.
Yeah, I will
gender
post.
Fluid,
I mean, yeah,
non-binary.
you guys
My
will see
gender
it.
identity
Trust me.
is non-binary.
Non-binary femme.
I'm non-binary and I'm intersex. I use they, them pronouns.
I
And
love
my
all of
pronouns
them.
are they, them.
They, them.
They, them, theirs.
My pronouns, at this point, I really don't give a
I
damn.
love.
I'm interested to see what pronoun you would use to describe me. That would tell me a lot about you.
And I'm
Wow.
32 years old.
I'm 30 years old.
I'm 33.
39 years old.
44 years old.
I
and
love
I'm
it.
70 years old.
And I had the great good fortune to be born on 7/7/77.
Wow.
I finally realized that I was non-binary approximately 3 years ago.
I realized that I was non-binary pretty much my whole life, but I just didn't have language for it until
See?
I was in
Exactly.
my mid-20s.
However, I felt
Exactly.
agender since I was a young child. I just didn't have the words for it.
I've been
See,
wearing makeup,
that's
having
the
facial.
thing. Like, there just hasn't been language around it, and English is such a hodgepodge language. It's a ridiculous language. I don't know why it's even a thing. But uh, like, I I'm so happy that we have this language now, and that kids growing up now can have the space and language in English at the very least to express themselves and tell people how they're feeling about their gender identity and all of that stuff. I've been wanting to cut my hair, but I'm scared because what if it doesn't look good? No! You cut your hair. I mean, you can do what you want. But I had the same exact fear because I always thought my face was ugly. I thought that it wouldn't look good, and when I was 19, I shaved the side of my head. It was a look, by the way, and I had the rest of my hair down to like here. Um, and honestly, that's what I'm trying to get back to, like the shaved head with like the long. Um, and when the side got a little bit longer, I just got rid of everything else, and it looked really good. Except I kind of looked like Justin Bieber. Like little 11-year-old Justin Bieber. But it still looked good. As long as you feel good, that's the main thing. Exactly.
Facial hair.
It's your body, and hair will always grow back. And if you don't like it, I don't know how old you are, but wigs are a thing.
Expressing my gender in lots of different ways.
Yeah.
For years and years and years and years. And about 7 years ago, I started posting on Vine. I became famous.
Look
and
at them.
Younger people started writing into me saying, "Oh, what are your pronouns? How do you identify? Are you genderqueer?" And I remember really feeling seen.
I love them.
I realized I was
literally love
non-binary
them.
pretty early on, I guess.
I
in my
wish I had
teens.
curly
Back
hair.
Then we didn't really have
Like
the word
their hair,
non-binary. At
perfection.
The time, the word that was popular was genderqueer.
I stumbled across the word genderqueer in 2012 on the internet. At that time, I was 26 and immediately adopted it for myself because it felt like the final piece to a puzzle that I've been looking for my entire life in regards to my gender. It was a couple of years after that I saw people increasingly using the term non-binary, and eventually I started identifying
If others don't
as
like it, it's their
non-binary
problem.
more than genderqueer.
You
Even
can
back then,
cut
I
it!
had very
Yes!
typical dysphoric days. I would like put on clothes that I was wearing the day before, like a dress, and then I would look in the mirror and it would be like, you know, looking at somebody that wasn't myself. And it was really, really distressing.
And I just started to notice.
I get that a lot. So like hello, how are you? There will be days where I can wear femme things, or I will be wearing mask things, or like what I'll be wearing something one day, and then I put it on again like a few days later or whatever, and it just feels uncomfortable. And there's like such a disconnect, mostly with femme things. I've actually been in kind of like a femmy mood lately, but that's neither here nor there. But like I do have to be in a very specific mood to wear feminine presenting things, or else it doesn't feel right. Like it doesn't feel good, and I don't like how people perceive me in that way. Like I want to be perceived in a feminine way, the way that people perceive Harry Styles in a feminine way. Like that's what I want. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to be perceived as feminine as a woman, if that makes sense. I don't know. Yep, as long as you feel good, that will project out. Exactly. Yeah, right. I guess people telling me to let my hair grow longer, try it for myself, but nah. Short hair for life fits me more. I came out as non-binary pansexual to my teacher, and he said that he would support me, and I was ready to cry in happiness. That's
Noticed the different
amazing.
things about myself that were starting to feel more and more uncomfortable when it came to be seen as a woman.
All my life, I knew I wasn't a boy. I knew I wasn't a man. And so all my life, I had to pretend to be a boy or a man. It was very conscious pretending. Finally, I decided to go through with what
Always
we call
do
the
it
sex
for
change.
you, not anyone
And
else.
I went
Exactly.
through it, woke up off of the surgeon's table, and my golly, I was a woman. And I was so happy with that.
Took a good couple years even just to get to the point where I knew that I was non-binary. And then it was only within the last year that I finally had chest reduction surgery and I started using they them pronouns. So 4 years, and this started when I was 40 years old.
And then for the
See, it's literally never too late. It's never too late to start identifying or being comfortable with yourself. Like I said, I hate the fact that I still use the word identifying because it feels like you have a choice in who you are, whatever. It's one of the words that I need to be getting out of my vocabulary when it comes to talking about non-binary and trans people. But I completely understand that. And as someone who I've gone back and forth between having a breast reduction or getting full-blown top surgery. As of right now, I'm probably looking more towards breast reduction. But that's just where I'm comfortable right now. I don't know if that'll change in the future. But yeah, I'm 11 and non-binary. Yay! What word are you going to use? For what? What
the
word?
next 4 or 5 months, I was going, okay, how do you be woman? And I pretended to be a woman. Realized I had no idea about being a woman any more than I'd had an idea about
See, that's
being
the
a
thing,
male.
like, identifying to me is more the term you use for what you feel like. You can't change what you feel, but you can change the label you use. That's how I see it. Oh, okay, I got you. And what's beautiful, and that's the beautiful thing about this video to all kinds of people in different stages of their life and all valid as non-binary. It's so inspiring. Came out as pansexual when I was 9. Off subject, Lynn, but the first video you did with your sibling being aromantic totally helped me. Oh my gosh, Ellis will love that. I'll tell them that. Cutting my hair short for the first time this week. Got any recommendations for a hair cut for a noob like me? You know what I'm gonna do? Let's non-binary haircut. Do you want to look at some pictures? Look at this. Beautiful. I love that. That's beautiful. Um, instead of identifying, I can't spell. It's okay, I can't spell either. Honestly, wait. Can I do this to my hair? I'm sorry. Look at that. I feel. Ooh. Oh my gosh, yes! Your video with your sibling was so helpful about a romantic experience. Yeah, it was. Oh yeah, we getting. I'm sorry. Wait, I really like this one. Hold up. Hold up. I actually fucking like that a lot. Ooh. Hold on. I need to hold up. I need to take a picture real quick. Hell yeah. And then I'm thinking about like getting like the tips blonde or like have the roots be I don't know. I don't know, guys. I don't know. Whatever you guys think. Um the sixth one on the top row. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This one, I've shown someone that hair before. When going to go get haircut. Um, oh right, your video with Ellis have actually really helped them. I love them. Now I'm gonna look up short hairstyles like you right now. They all look so damn cool. I'm like a child, right? So like, look at this. Look at like what? They're all so beautiful. I can't. Hold on. Like, why can't I be this fluffy? Like, look at this human being. Why am I not this fluffy? These haircuts are so cool. Oh my god. I want to cut my hair short and then dye it purple. People are saying that I'm going to hate it, but I think I know what I want. I like the first one. The first one. This one? Like, look at them. Like, look at these beautiful humans. Like, Brett, I can't. Can I do that? Like, hello? Hello? Okay, wait. This is happening, you guys. Honestly, can I just have that hair? Like, I think that color would look good too. Maybe? I don't know. I don't know what's going on now. Ooh. Okay, now I'm so sorry. I'm sorry that I'm like making you guys watch me look at fucking haircuts. I wish I had curly hair. I really, I really wish I had curly hair. Like, come on. Come on, fam. Like, what? Also, I want hair fluffy when I'm mask or androgynous, but then when I'm feeling femme, straight hair is fine. Honestly, I kind of feel the same way. Like, for some reason, when I'm in a really masculine mood, I just want, like, big, poofy, like, soft boy, floofy hair. Aesthetic attraction is at its fullest, and I'm jealous of all of these beautiful people. Right? Like, how come they're pretty in that hair, but when they cut it, it doesn't look good? Honestly, it depends on your hairdresser, and how they do all of that. So, like, look at, this is just making me want short hair again. My mom keeps telling me my hair is gonna suck if I cut it short. Don't listen. Don't listen. It's literally your body. I hate, I hate when parents try. Hold on 1 second. This is beautiful. Look at this human being. Is that Miles? I'm not sure. I want wavy hair. Haircut supremacy. I hate when parents try to tell their kids what to do with their own bodies. It's so dumb. I don't understand it. I also thought about this one for a hot minute. Well, my hair is super curly and want to have straight hair because growing it out just feels almost impossible. They look like these photos right after the salon. Yeah. Um Miles, I love him. I've been thinking about doing a reaction to his TikToks because he is hilarious as hell. It's funny. Um, also been thinking maybe like, look at, bro, legit, I want to have some sort of fluffy hair dyed in red because of the main character from my favorite show. What's the name of the character? Let me look him up right now. What's the name? What's the name of the character? Bum 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 bum. Like, if I could just look like this. It's so sad. I would love, like, up 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 up. I've thought about getting a perm. Sounds like anime hair. See, I want to also dye it. This person is just adorable. Like, this person is really. Crowley? Wait, let me. Oof, oof, oof. I love. From Good Omens. I love him. Hair! It literally comes up with just hair! I love David Tennant. I love. Look at this man. So beautiful. I know. So, whoops, I guess it was wrong. If you had bangs, be warned they'll grow out, and there will be a stage of bangs in the eyes, and it isn't fun. Yeah. Look at him. I love him. So I want to dye my hair like red or blue. He's so good. But I'm not sure how. Look at this cosplay. I don't think you guys understand how much I love a good cosplay and how much I wish I was more into cosplay and better at it. Like, look at this. Technically, they're also non-binary, which makes me very happy. Goodbye, my love. Like, look at this. I just love. And then we've got Jonathan. I love him. I love. So at one point, I tried. Honestly, I don't know, Lynn. You watched Good Omens? I have watched Good Omens. But it was like later. It was like a good year after it came out, and I was like, why didn't I watch it earlier? I think I'm gonna get my hair cut when my ma gets paid. Yes! And cutting them every few weeks is stressful. That's true. I tried to get my hair this light, and it just would not take at all. At all, at all. I also, like, have had my hair like this before, and I have so many calyx in the back of my head. It's annoying as hell. Anyway, that little tangent was fun. Let's go back.
I don't know why there's this idea that all non-binary people are super young and, you know, in their tweens.
Yeah, they are
early
NBs.
20s. But I think that has something to do with it being a newer term.
I think that maybe it's related to language. There has not been the language and discourse around gender diversity until quite recently, at least on this level. Language is finally catching up to gender actualities.
Non-binary is like a very, very modern term, and it's only really gained traction in the last 5 years.
You know, young people are always on the cutting edge of things.
Yes!
More
Young people!
And more language for the vast different ways to be human. Younger people who are figuring out their identity have much broader options in order to define themselves with. And clearly, this is resonating with a younger population as they come out.
I think the reason it's seen as a young, trendy thing is that kids were smart enough to name it, to call it out, to get on social media and say, this is the definition, this is what it means. Other people who are older never talked in those ways.
Yeah.
Like I said.
I definitely agree with them. I'm happy. I'm happy now knowing Lynn knows Good Omens. Of course. It's such a good show, and I think season 2 is gonna be coming at some point. My mom says I can't get a haircut. You said you had. I'm sorry. What was I gonna say? What they were talking about? What were they talking about? Fuck. I had bangs, and every time I cut them, I'd tell all my friends how much I hated them and how I effed up my hair. Yeah. One of the other non-binary people at work, they had bangs for a while, and they would cut it themselves every like 2 or 3 weeks. No, what they were talking about before is how like young people named it, and I definitely feel like social media has helped a lot in bringing non-binary awareness out, helping more people come out. And I think that's true for just like the queer community in general, because it was such a hush hush thing for so long, being gay, lesbian, trans, bisexual, asexual, all those things, and all the other things in the community. Um, that now that social media has a way of bringing people together and people can talk about their experiences and um, just know that they're not alone, I think is one of like the most important things. And young people definitely have that sense of like, I need a community. I need to label this. I need to find out exactly what I am. I know I'm definitely a whole lot more not focused on my labels like I was when I was younger. I think it's definitely something that can help, and if my labels are important to me, but they're not as such like a like I need to figure this out right now because I've already figured it out. And like I said, young people, like teenagers especially, figuring themselves out, they want to have that sense of community, and I'm really happy that um, we were able to do that through social media and finding out that being non-binary isn't so uncommon. Um, Having a hyperfixation on gender also helps a lot with knowing the terms and stuff. What pronouns do you use? My pronouns are they, them. I agree. I think social media helped a lot in the LGBT in general. When I look back at high school, how you didn't talk about it and it was icky. Yeah, I remember the very first time I ever heard the word gay, I was in like third. Yeah, I was in third grade. Third or fourth grade? Jesus. Third grade. I was in third grade. I distinctly remember it because this girl turned around and said, "Oh, that's gay," to like they were talking or having a conversation. And I just remember thinking like, "Oh, she just used that term in a bad way. I don't know what being gay means, but I guess it's bad or like whatever." Um of course I went to Catholic school, so LGBT was no. Yeah. Um I don't know if you guys know, but I grew up in the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, aka Mormon, aka oof. Um so there's definitely, I really didn't know about LGBTQ plus stuff until I was like 14 or 15. Like literally, I did not know what being gay was. I didn't know what being a lesbian was, other than like I watched Friends and Carol and Susie and were lesbians, and I was like I didn't see anything wrong with that. Like it wasn't until I was older that I was taught like, oh, this is wrong. And then I was like, oh, me having feelings for women is wrong, so gotta press that down. Um, I hate using gay as an insult. Yeah, it's so unnecessary. I mean, I hate using any sort of slurs. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, they're they're not. They shouldn't be said for a reason. Um, but yeah. But I do use like the word queer. I'm comfortable with. Like, I'll say, oh, I'm queer. Um, if I want to simplify anything. I had this ex would use gay as an insult, like, "Oh, honey, you're a girl and I'm a girl." It's like, what? I was told the same thing. Yeah, it's like a whole. I don't understand. Um, but people cannot be the nicest sometimes. So, oh well.
Said non-binary wasn't a term that I had growing up, so I can see how older people would be attached to the identity labels that they chose when they were teens, you know?
Yeah.
So maybe they identify as genderqueer or gender nonconforming, butch, femme, like any of these words that were more popular in the 80s and the 90s.
So even though we've existed this whole time, I think the vocabulary to finally talk about
I
it
love
is
them.
Here, and the youngest generation that's around and our activists are the ones that are using the language wholeheartedly and enthusiastically.
Also, don't forget that things don't just appear out of thin air. This young generation of people that you see openly identifying as non-binary, people before them came and helped lay down that groundwork so that we could be where we are now. Non-binary people, we have existed always.
Literally. Literally. My gosh, it makes me so mad. So mad. When people are like, oh, it's just a new thing, it hasn't been around, it's just, you know, the 2010s and people are confused and all of these things came about because of the internet, blah, blah. No. Like, if you go through history, you can see it. Not knowing what LGBTQIA+ meant and seeing people use it is something gross, maybe internalize it and subconsciously be homophobic and transphobic then, only to realize, yeah, that happened to me. My old class used gay as an insult, and my current class has been making fun of the term pansexual all day, and I think there's just no reasoning with some of these people. Yeah, that's fucking sucks. I'm sorry. Wow, I feel terrible and having to work through it and accepting myself. Yeah. I definitely, have had to work through a lot of internalized homophobia, transphobia. I think just as, people in general, especially because of the society that we grew up in, it's really good to, look at the prejudices that, you were taught. You know what I mean? And it's really hard sometimes to get over that. I remember, it's only been in the last year and a half, really during quarantine, that I was like, I'm attracted to women. You know what I mean? It took me until a literal pandemic had to shut down, and I was like, fuck, I like women. I remember coming out to these two people in 11th grade, and they made fun of me because I'm pan and go by Aspen. Oh, that sucks. I remember putting queer people everywhere in my little comics when I was a child, and then when my father told me that homophobia and transphobia was a thing, and I was like, wait, what? So gay is an insult now? Yeah. Same. Being a teenager, being told by everyone being a lesbian was gross, so I didn't admit it until I was 25. Yeah, it just sucks a lot. And that's the thing that's it's other people. It's societal pressure and other people telling you that it's not okay. I know my mom has told me, she was like, Lynn, if you end up with a woman, I would be scared for you because I know life is harder. And I'm just like, what? No! You should be happy that I found someone that I love and that, you know what I mean? It's, I hate how people say LGBTQ plus is a trend because it's not. It's literally not. Yeah, it's a whole thing. And Aromantic only admitted this year. Seriously, Lynn, you helped a lot because I realized it's okay to have physical attraction. Oh, stop. It doesn't get talked about enough. Aromanticism does not get talked about enough. And I don't think people are ready to have the conversation that your romantic orientation and your sexual orientation can be completely different, even if you're not just buddy, am I gonna have to societal pressures can be cishet as and always can be terrible. I feel bad for people in strongly homophobic environments. Same. But yeah, it just sucks.
At indigenous cultures throughout the world and cultures today, to see that.
I'm 40 years old, and
I love them. They're so cute.
I've always been this way.
I'm proof that this is something.
If Ellis ever has a YouTube thing, subscriber right here. WoW can't have nice things apparently. Okay, buddy, I'm gonna have to. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that, you guys. I don't put up with that kind of stuff. That is not what we do here at all. I don't know how to permanently ban. Quinn! How do you ban someone? I'm sorry, you guys. Okay. I think I did it. I'm not sure. If he comes back, I'll have to figure it out again. But I don't put up with that kind of stuff. I know that it will happen because people be doing that. I apologize for that. We were having a very nice conversation.
That has existed. It's not something new that was just created, and it certainly isn't something that only young people experience.
I have always not been a man and not been a woman.
Yes!
When I was a kid,
It's not your
knew
fault, Lynn.
that I was
know.
non-binary, except that
It just sucks, cause like I don't want to be that kind of person that like shuts down someone like that. Like I really don't like being someone like that. Some people can't help themselves. Yeah. But like if you're coming in here and the chat is positive and you do that shit, nah, you gotta go. I'm sorry. Like I'm not having that kind of energy in my chat.
didn't know it because it wasn't an option in 1974 to be able to tell your parents that you're actually not a girl, that you're non-binary.
I think with the cultural shift that's happening right now, a lot of trans and non-binary and intersex kids are able to talk about that to their parents. They're able to like put that down, and their parents are able to pick up what they're putting down because there's more general awareness about being non-binary in the media.
And just
True,
because
true.
we're getting attention.
It's so true though. Okay. The fact that like we're getting so much more representation in media, but like I said, it's mostly mask, AFAB, white, thinner people. At some point, I hope it will get away from that. But I think having more non-binary representation is just always lovely.
Now,
It's
more attention
my favorite.
now doesn't mean that we've just arrived on the scene.
The biggest challenge we all face as non-binary persons, young, old, whatever age, is the inability of today's language to communicate paradox. Because that's what non-binary is. We're saying what?
I
we're
love
not men
them.
and we're not women. And to the majority of people, there's nothing left if you
Yeah.
say you're neither of those.
I think one of the challenges is really my own challenge because I have realized later in life that I'm non-binary. I have also had several decades of living a certain way, and therefore in terms of correcting people when they use the wrong pronoun or they use gendered terminology with me, I am still really struggling.
I find it
Aw.
incredibly emotionally exhausting to self-advocate. I'm
Yep.
just not good at it. I can advocate for other people. It's harder to do for myself. If I don't constantly and consistently explain my gender identity on an ongoing daily basis, I am
Yes.
not recognized by the general public for being myself.
And
Yes! 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 These people are just lovely, bless them. Yeah, they're absolutely beautiful people. I completely agree with them about having to like be your own advocate. I'm really bad at it. I like I have been out as some sort of non-binary since I was 19 to like friends, but it wasn't until, oh my gosh, I think I'm actually coming up on a year of being fully out as non-binary. I'm gonna cry. And it was only because I had started this YouTube channel, and advocate is so, oh my gosh, I'm dyslexic. I'm so sorry. Advocate definition: a person who publicly supports or recommends a particular cause or policy. So when you have to actively be out there fighting for yourself. It took me 3 decades to come out. Yeah, and I think that's like another thing that like it's hard to come out. Like it's hard to let people know who you are. Um and it's scary because you, as human beings, we don't want to ever Oh, uh, Lynn, do the streams stay on your channel because I want to rewatch them someday? Yeah, I believe they do stay up on my channel. And if not, I'm probably gonna be making a couple videos from this. Just speaking on sexuality, I have a disability, purely physical, and often assumed learning difficulties too, but sometimes convincing people that, yes, I am a lesbian can be a challenge. I'm sorry that people do that shit. Like, it's not okay. Um, like, you shouldn't have to convince other people of who you are. Like, you know who you are, that's it. Like I said before, if someone tells me they're trans, someone tells me they're non-binary, pansexual, gay, lesbian, whatever, like, you just say, okay, like, that's it. Like, they're telling you something about themselves. How can you question something that someone is telling you about themselves when you don't live in their head?
I don't know. I think maybe a part of it is because I'm older, because A, I've been living a certain way for such a long time, and B, maybe a little bit I wonder if I'm going to be taken seriously because I don't think the general public understands non-binary in the first place, and if they do, they probably do have an assumption that it's really just something that younger people experience.
I get misgendered every day.
Same.
And I've had to reconcile with the fact that I will continue to be misgendered for the rest of my life.
Me.
Probably. The majority of the population is unfortunately underinformed regarding gender diversity. The knowledge and understanding that we need in order to be seen and respected.
Wait. Hold on. Hold on 1 second. Am I reading this comment correct? Like they assume I just don't understand. What? But if you're telling them that you're a lesbian, people are something else. I'm really sorry that happens to you. That's so
By
fucked
saying
up.
non-binary, we're describing ourselves by what we're not. We're not the binary. And people don't want to hear what we're not. They want to hear what you are. I'm not going to say.
I'm an experience. I am a human being. I'm an experience. I am just living this life. That's it. That's all I am. I am nothing and everything at the same time. am human, and that's all you need to know about me.
What I am, except in terms of what I am not, because all my life, whenever I have said, this is what I am, it wasn't long before I wasn't that any longer. Defining ourselves using the language of negation, the language of paradox, non-binary, makes people confront the inevitability of change. No one wants to do that.
Nobody wants to change. Because I'm disabled, they think I just don't know what it means. People are
is
fucked.
Of course not just a Western thing, is not just a white person thing,
Yes.
any more than it is just a young people thing. There are people who are non-binary all across the world.
Exactly.
We are as diverse as any other demographic group, and that goes beyond just age.
Nothing
My
and everything at
message
the same time.
To NBs of any age is there is nothing wrong with you. This culture really wants people to stick with that binary. And
yeah, they do.
Even within the trans community, there can be some pressure to fulfill being a man or being a woman, even in the trans culture. And I just want you to know, I need you to know, there is nothing wrong with you. You are loved. You are important.
You're gonna make me
you don't
cry.
have to choose sides. You don't have to fit into a box. You do not have to be something for someone else.
Oh, I feel like that was so beautiful. Ah! Oh. Sometimes you don't realize you need to hear something until you hear it. I haven't watched this video in so long, but oh my gosh. They're so right. I'm non-binary and have Tourette's, and when I tell someone I'm non-binary, I either get called female or I get support and they use my pronouns. That's good. If I'm gonna be honest, while I think labels are a good thing and people should invest in them, I still think that while we might be great for some are fine without them, and that's okay. Yeah, I completely agree. I also don't think that you should force labels onto someone who doesn't want them. You know what I mean? So like I was saying earlier, there are people that really hang on to labels, and like I used to hang on to my labels a whole lot more when I was younger, and now I'm just kind of like, I can explain to you my sexuality. Do you want to hear it? Probably not. Do you want to hear me explain my gender? Probably not. But if you want to hear it, I'll tell you about it. But I know that there are people who just experience life and don't want to put a label on anything, and that's fine too.
Like it gets easier with each passing year. Every time I have to prove to someone that I'm non-binary, every time I have
You don't have to be something for someone else. Can that be a shirt?
Explain myself. The feeling of confidence, the feeling of assurity grows inside of me. And now I'm at the point where I can't be knocked down no matter what.
Be patient with yourself and make sure you find support from people who you can be yourself with. It's jarring to go through the day and see how many times people are oblivious to the fact that there's not just two genders.
Yeah.
And that can be really exhausting. And it is tiring to correct people all the time. It's okay.
We do need to make that a
you're
shirt.
Not gonna be able to do that every single time it happens, and you might even go through, several days or even weeks.
But I'd have to credit them. I'd have to ask and be like, hey, I was watching your video on Ash Hardell's channel on my stream, and my chat wants to know if we can make a shirt out of something you've said.
In which it just doesn't feel like you can do it. So like I said, be patient with yourself.
And I'd probably put some of the proceeds towards like an LGBTQ like charity or something.
And make sure you can recharge with people who do know who you are, who you can just relax and be yourself with.
Yeah. What I would say to you, my darling, is keep on being brave, because it's so worth it.
You are so valid, and I need you, and we all need each other, and I'm so happy you exist.
Oh, they're so beautiful!
Are navigating
Lynn, you should make merch,
lol.
Stop.
Any, visible elders.
I've been thinking about making merch. I figured when I get to 10K, I'll put out merch. I would buy it all if I had the money. Stop!
Just remember that there are lots of us who are older than me, who have always been fighting for this, who have always been in need of this terminology that is now being developed.
This video made me cry then, it's gonna make me cry now. People are afraid of change, afraid of accepting that things are different identities and the binary ones. Little changes that are happening, sharing these experiences are beautiful. Oh my god, like every line in this should be a shirt. Holy hell.
Every person who is in a position to be out and non-binary, I thank you. I find comfort and empowerment in knowing there are many other people similar to me. And every person who is not in a position to be safely out, thank you for existing. I believe in you.
Ah!
I hope you all enjoyed that. Share a story in the comments below about a 30-plus non-binary role model you have.
Oh my gosh.
And definitely check out and support all the cool people you just met. Also, do you like my shirt? It says, "This is my LGBT." Clever,
That's
right?
adorable.
Puns. Link for that below. Okay, bye.
I'm not sure what it is.
I love them. I love them. Why are they such a beautiful person? Literally, Ash is like the most wholesome person on this platform. Holy hell. I know that they've been away from like social media for a while, but like I really wish they'd come back. I know why they left. The fact that like they got bullied off, like I know it wasn't like fully bullied off, but like I know Storm Ryan and Calvin Guerra made videos on them, and like they also had like life to do and stuff, but they'll always be one of those people that just like inspires me to be like, if I can have half of the channel that they do and like help people the way that they did, like I'd be so happy. That's gonna be it for stream today. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm sorry about that one dude that came in here. But we recovered! That's the good thing. I hope you guys enjoyed this kind of thing. What is a non-binary term for aunt slash uncle? Because that's the vibe Ash gives off. Oh my god. What is it? Parent sibling? Pibbling? I can't read. I'm so... Ugh. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna guess that's it. I haven't heard that one before. I know that my favorite like term for parent that isn't mom or dad. This stream was awesome, Lynn. I really enjoyed it. Oh my gosh, thank you guys so much. Has been Rennie, I think, cause like parent, so like Rennie. I really like the stream. Oh, whoops, I almost loved it. I can't read no more. Love the stream, can't wait to see more. Yes. So, because of my new job, I'm going to hopefully be streaming my plan Mondays, Thursdays, have videos up on Saturdays. That's my goal. That's the plan. That's what I am aiming to do because you know what? I'm tired of working in a grocery store. And I really would love to make YouTube like my second job. Because it makes me happy. Like you guys have no idea how much like interacting with you makes me happy. So I read web comments a lot, and a few weeks ago I had a line that really stuck out with me. You don't need to exist for anyone or anything. You are simply allowed to exist. And I can't remember which comment. That's beautiful. And I think more people need to hear that kind of stuff. This is my first stream and I really enjoyed my time here. Thank you so much. Thank you for streaming. You guys are so welcome. Honestly, you always make my day. Like, this is why I want to get back into YouTube and streaming and making content, because you guys like make it so worth it. I've only been able to watch streams on Thursdays, so I apologize in advance for not watching the ones on Mondays. You are perfectly fine. But yeah, I'm also starting to think about possibly doing YouTube memberships as well. So if you guys would be interested in that being part of my channel, where I'd have more like interaction with you guys. You'd be able to see the like my process of making videos, have like specific polls for you, a specific community tab just for you guys. Um, we make your day. You do make my day. And then hopefully like specifically community nights and like watching things or having like game nights and that kind of stuff. So that you guys know how much like I appreciate you and that kind of thing. So if that's something you're interested in, I'm going to be starting to work on perks and that kind of stuff. Also, you guys said merch. Um, that's definitely something I would want to do as like a 10K thing. I know that I can get to 10K by the end of the year. I'm at almost 7K right now. But I would really want to make like my merch really good for you. And it would probably be like a YouTube membership thing where you guys get to see like my designs and pick it out and like that kind of stuff. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Okay, I gotta go, Lynn. Thank you. Thank you! I'm so sorry I can't. That's perfectly fine. Um, we appreciate you lots. Thank you for the stream. I appreciate you guys. So yeah, thank you so much, and I will see you on Monday.